What if I told you that the difference between an average student and a top student has almost nothing to do with IQ? Think about it. Every year, students sit in the same classroom. They have the same teachers. They use the same textbooks. They write the same exams. Yet one student graduates at the top of the class while another struggles just to pass. Why? Is it talent? Natural intelligence? A photographic memory? Not even close. In fact, researchers have discovered something shocking. Many of the highest performing students aren't the smartest people in the room. They simply have one habit that almost everyone else ignores. And here's the crazy part. You can start using that habit today. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is, why it works, and how you can use it to improve your grades without studying longer. Trust me, this might completely change the way you study forever. Part 1. The biggest lie students believe. Let's start with a question. When exams are approaching, what do most students do? They study harder. Or at least they think they do. They spend 6, 8, sometimes 12 hours staring at their books. But here's the problem. Looking at your notes isn't the same as learning them. Imagine reading a recipe 100 times. Would that make you a great chef? Of course not. You only become a better cook by actually cooking. Learning works exactly the same way. Many students mistake familiarity for mastery. When they read a page several times, it starts to feel familiar. Their brain says, I know this. But during the exam, nothing comes out. That's because recognizing information is very different from recalling it. And exams don't test recognition. They test recall. This simple misunderstanding is one of the biggest reasons smart students fail. Part 2. The hidden enemy. The illusion of competence. Psychologists call it the illusion of competence. It's one of the biggest traps in education. Here's how it works. You read your biology notes. Everything makes sense. You highlight important points. You underline keywords. You even rewrite your notes. By the end, you feel confident. Then the teacher asks one simple question. Explain photosynthesis. Suddenly, your mind goes blank. What happened? Your brain recognized the information while reading it, but it never practiced retrieving it. It's like watching someone ride a bicycle for hours, then expecting yourself to ride perfectly. Watching isn't practicing. Reading isn't remembering. Retrieving is remembering. That's a huge difference. Part 3. The secret habit of top students. So what's the habit? It's called active recall. It sounds simple, because it is. Instead of reading your notes over and over, close the book. Now ask yourself, what do I actually remember? Write it down. Say it out loud. Teach it to someone else. Or even pretend you're teaching an imaginary classroom. That struggle to remember. That's the learning. Most students avoid it because it feels difficult. Top students love it because they know difficulty strengthens memory. Every time your brain works to retrieve information, it builds stronger neural connections. That's why a 20-minute session of active recall can often beat 2 hours of passive reading. Part 4. Why cramming feels good but fails. Now let's talk about cramming. Almost every student has done it. You tell yourself, I'll study tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes the night before the exam. Suddenly, it's midnight. Coffee, energy drinks, panic. You survive the exam. But 2 days later, you've forgotten almost everything. Why? Because cramming stores information in short-term memory. Top students aim for long-term memory instead. That's where another secret comes in. The spacing effect. Instead of studying 6 hours once, study 1 hour across 6 different days. Same total time. Completely different results. Your brain loves repetition over time. Here's something most people never realize. Top students don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. Motivation disappears. Habits stay. Imagine studying just 30 focused minutes every day. That doesn't sound impressive. But after 1 year, that's over 180 hours of focused learning. Without all-night study sessions. Without burnout. Without panic. Small actions become massive results. Why smart students still fail. This surprises a lot of people. Intelligent students often struggle because they believe they can figure it out later. They procrastinate. They overestimate how much they know. They underestimate the exam. Average students often work harder because they know they have to. Ironically, that consistency helps them outperform naturally gifted classmates. Discipline beats talent when talent isn't disciplined. Every single time. So what does a top student study routine actually look like? It's surprisingly simple. Every day they review yesterday's lesson, learn one new concept, test themselves without looking at notes, solve practice questions, identify weak areas. Repeat the process tomorrow. No magic, no secret app, no superhuman memory, just consistency. Part 6. The habit anyone can build. Here's the best part. You don't need a higher IQ. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need perfect teachers. You only need to change one habit. Stop asking, how long should I study? Start asking, how much can I remember without looking? That single question changes everything. Final takeaway. Remember this. Top students aren't born different. They think differently. While everyone else measures study time, they measure understanding. While everyone else rereads, they recall. While everyone else waits for motivation, they build habits. That's the real secret. And once you understand it, you'll never study the same way again. Now I have a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, don't reread your notes first. Instead, close your book and try to recall everything from memory. Come back and tell me what happened. Did studying become easier? Did you remember more? Or did you realize how much you only thought you knew? Drop your answer in the comments. I read them all. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because every week I share science-backed study strategies that help students learn faster, remember longer, and perform better in exams. Remember, smart students don't just study harder. They study smarter.